like to talk about elder vulnerability. I remember when I was very young, AARP and other groups like that would often talk about elder vulnerability and different things you were supposed to do to take care of yourself, to make sure that people didn't take advantage of you as you got older and less quick with your mind and able to do things. And I can remember when my parents were aging and the concerns that they had and how they handled them. But, you know, they had a lot of friends. They were a military family, and they lived around military people, not only from the Air Force, but also from NASA. And they had a lot of support systems. Dad was real active as a volunteer in the local hospital for many years before my mother died. And so they had a lot of people to watch out for him. Well, I don't. Nope, my husband's 85, 17 diseases. I'll be 80 on my next birthday, and we don't have anybody. We live in Ecuador. Family, kids live in the United States, and his sister lives in the United States. And there's no financial obligations between us. We don't exchange Christmas gifts or anything like that. So I never really thought about it, except I was proud of ourselves. I said, hey, you know, the two things that he and I both agreed on is that he didn't want to go into a nursing home, and I didn't want to go into a nursing home. We both agreed on that. So here we live in a little farmhouse rented in Ecuador and feel pretty good about that. Until today, when I opened my WhatsApp and was told that my normal weekly meeting with one of my adult children was canceled until further notice, at least a month, because I posted a graph of a fact from an economic institute in the United States about what people thought about in the United States on my social media. Okay, now, I thought about that. And I said, now, wait a minute. My social media, where I didn't make a comment, is censored to the point that it destroys my relationship with an adult child? Come on, are you kidding me? All three of my kids had physical problems. Well, I'm sorry, that's not true. Two had physical problems. One had eye problems, one had heart problems, and the other one had bipolar, which is actually a mental health issue. They all required a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of worry. Raising a child is not easy. Never easy. But one of the things I discovered in the United States, and I never did a perfect job. No, there's no question about that. Partly because most of the time I was supporting the family of my kids, and oftentimes stepkids too, because I was the sole support for almost 2 decades. Worked 3 jobs, plus caring for my family. So I didn't do a perfect job. No question that I didn't do a perfect job. No question about that at all. But that doesn't mean I didn't try to do a perfect job. Well, I didn't try to do a perfect job. I tried to be decent. I sure cared about all of them and wanted to make sure everybody ate well and was well sheltered. And I did my best. I really did. I did the best I could with the information I had. And the one that just gave out on me, I was her mom at 19. That's pretty young. Wow. So I sat and thought about it, and I've been censored for publishing a graph of fact, and with no comment, and not pointed toward anybody. I didn't put something on on another person's site or anything like that. I just published fact. And so I sat here and thought about this at great length and decided that the idea of having to answer, I mean, I hear this all the time. I do so much counseling. I hear this all the time with people and I talking about how tough it is to be a part of a family and how there's always somebody in the family who's arrogant and somebody who in the family who is looking down at somebody else in the family, and especially if somebody in the family has problems with drugs or alcohol, everybody else looking down on them, or if somebody's been in jail or if somebody's had a car repossessed or bankruptcy. I mean, people go on and on and on about bankruptcy, and yet my understanding is even our president has gone through bankruptcy a number of times, so why would that be a big deal? And even our president has been found guilty as a felon, so why would that be a big deal? You know, there are things I just don't understand. I don't understand why I'm censored. Maybe because I wasn't good enough mom. Maybe I'm not a good enough grandma. Could be. Could be. But I think what's important is to recognize that part of the question of what is equality should be, does the dad get treated different than the mom? Does the mom always have to be the doormat? Does she always have to lay down and say, well, it's okay, guys. It's okay, guys. I'll take care of it, guys. Don't worry about it. I'll fix it. I'll work on it. I'll whatever. Is that the way it's always got to be? I don't think so. I think that one of my goals in life is to help other people have the empowerment that I didn't have as a child. Because so many of us haven't, even as a child or a teenager or whenever. I mean, there's always somebody somewhere. I know my daughter likes to use the term thrown under the bus. And I guess that kind of describes that. I guess a lot of people do that sort of thing. But I feel like, as I look back on life, I said when I was 70 that I wasn't going to care what people thought anymore. And today, when I saw that note, that's exactly what I thought. I'm not going to care what anybody thinks about my values, my ethics, my codes. They're mine. I'm going to take them to the grave. And I hope some of the people watching do the same, because when somebody takes that away from you, they take away what you stand for. And oftentimes, many people have no idea what they stand for because it's been taken from them so many times. You got any questions for me? Leave them down below. Talk to me on Zoom. I'm always here. Just reach out. Thanks for listening.